Welcome to my channel History Coins HD. If you love discovering hidden treasures and learning about rare US coins, you're in the right place. In today's video, we'll reveal some of the most valuable coins that could be worth far more than you think. Stick around till the end, you won't want to miss what these rare gems are really worth. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel to enjoy more discoveries in future. Let's dive in. Coin number 1. Today I am bringing you something truly special, something that every coin collector and treasure hunter dreams of finding. We are diving deep into the story of one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the United States Susan B. Anthony $1 coin from 1979. This coin carries uniqueness, rarity, and an unexpected charm that makes collectors around the world chase after it with passion. So stay with me until the end, because I will reveal its surprising market value, and trust me, you don't want to miss a single detail of this story. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was first introduced in 1979, and it was historic for many reasons. This was the very first time in the history of American coinage that a real woman, a trailblazing activist, was honored on circulating currency. Instead of a traditional figure or a symbol, the coin carried the proud image of Susan B. Anthony, a fearless fighter for women's rights and equality. For collectors, this was already a landmark change, and it gave the coin a place in history that can never be replaced. Now let's talk about the coin itself. At first, many people confused the coin with a quarter because of its size and color. But what made the 1979 issue stand out were the variations and minting differences. Some coins were struck with a wide rim, also known as the near-date variety, while others had a narrow rim or far-date variety. These small differences in design may sound minor, but for collectors, they are golden opportunities. Certain variations are much rarer and instantly increase the value of the coin in the eyes of a buyer, and then there are the errors. This is where the thrill truly begins. Some Susan B. Anthony dollars from 1979 were struck with mistakes such as doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, or even coins struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine finding a coin like that in your pocket change back in the day, only to realize years later that it is a one-of-a-kind treasure. Error coins are always highly desirable because they cannot be recreated. They are accidents of history and each one is unique. Collectors are ready to pay big amounts for them, especially when they appear in auctions or estate sales. Condition also plays a huge role. While millions of these coins were produced and circulated heavily across the country, finding a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar in uncirculated or mint state condition is like striking gold. Collectors will pay a premium price for coins that shine as if they just left the mint. Many of these pristine examples are locked away in private collections, which only increases the demand for the few that remain available in the market. Now here is a little tip for all collectors and coin hunters watching this video. Always keep your eyes open for the wide rim variety from 1979, especially the Philadelphia mint mark. Those are considered much scarcer and sell very quickly whenever they appear. Also, never underestimate the power of condition. A coin kept in a protective case, untouched and untarnished, is a coin that can fetch a far higher price than one that has passed through thousands of hands. Take good care of your coins, and they will reward you in the long run. And now, the part you have been waiting for, the value of this historic treasure. A regular circulated 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar might not bring much more than face value, but when you step into the world of uncirculated, proof, error, and rare wide rim varieties, the story changes completely. These special coins have been sold in markets and auctions for as high as $5,000. Imagine walking into an estate sale, picking up a coin for $1, and discovering that it is worth several thousand. What an incredible feeling that would be. So my friends, never overlook the Susan B. Anthony dollar from 1979. It is not just a coin, it is a symbol of change, history, and hidden value. Collectors everywhere are searching for the rarest examples, and the demand for them only continues to grow stronger each year. If you ever come across one, take a closer look. It might just be the rare treasure you've been searching for. Thank you for joining me today on this exciting journey into the world of rare American coins. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about the hidden gems of coin collecting, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you never miss out on our next discovery. Until then, happy collecting and may your next find be your most valuable one yet. Coin number 2. We are going to talk about a coin that is full of history, full of uniqueness, and full of value for collectors. I am talking about the United States $1 Eisenhower coin from the year 1974. If you love coins, if you love rare discoveries, and if you want to know how much this coin is really worth in today's market, then don't miss a single second of this video because I will take you through its rarity, its errors, and its surprising value that has amazed collectors all over the country. The Eisenhower dollar was first struck in the early 1970s to honor the memory of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the great general of World War II and later the 34th President of the United States. The coin also celebrated the Apollo 11 moon landing with its famous reverse design of the American eagle landing on the moon. This alone makes it an iconic piece of American history, because it connects two proud chapters of the nation's story, the leadership of Eisenhower and the achievement of space exploration. The year 1974 is especially interesting for Eisenhower dollars because it came at a time when the coin was still relatively new to circulation. Millions were produced, but not all Eisenhower dollars are equal. Some are much rarer, some were struck in special collector versions, and some even came out with errors that make them extremely desirable today. That is where the thrill begins for coin lovers like us. One of the key things to understand about the 1974 Eisenhower dollar is the difference between circulation strikes and special mint strikes. The circulation coins were used every day and most became heavily worn, but the coins struck in proof or special mint sets were preserved with amazing detail. If you find one of these coins in perfect uncirculated condition, you are holding something that collectors will chase after with excitement. Now let's talk about the errors, because this is what makes collectors' hearts race. Some 1974 Eisenhower dollars were struck off-center, some show doubling on the letters or numbers, and some even display planchet errors where the coin was struck on the wrong type of metal. Imagine finding a coin like that in your collection. It would be like striking gold. Error coins are always in high demand because they are unique accidents of history. No two are exactly alike, and that uniqueness is what makes them sell for so much in auctions. Condition is everything when it comes to these coins. A circulated Eisenhower dollar from 1974 that has scratches and wear might not be worth much, but when you find one in mint state condition, shining as bright as the day it left the mint, then its value skyrockets. Collectors pay strong money for coins that look untouched, and that is why people protect them in holders and cases for years. Here is a tip for all collectors watching. Always check the mint mark on your Eisenhower dollar. Coins from San Francisco can sometimes be proof issues and they are worth far more than regular ones. Coins from Philadelphia or Denver can also have rare varieties like doubling, so a close inspection with a magnifying glass can make all the difference. Also, never clean your coins, because cleaning can damage the surface and reduce the value. Instead, keep them safe and preserved in their natural state. Now the moment you have been waiting for, the value reveal. While an ordinary circulated 1974 Eisenhower dollar may not fetch more than its face value, when you step into the world of mint state coins, proofs, and rare errors, the story completely changes. In auctions across the United States, these coins have sold for as much as $7,000. Yes, you heard that right, $7,000 for a single Eisenhower dollar from 1974, depending on its rarity and condition. Imagine picking up a coin at a flea market in New York or at an estate sale in California, only to find out later that it is worth thousands. What an amazing discovery that would be. So my friends, never underestimate the power of the Eisenhower dollar. It is a coin that carries history, it carries rarity, and it carries value that continues to grow with time. Collectors love it, auctions demand it, and those who were lucky enough to hold the rarest examples know just how special this coin truly is. Thank you so much for joining me on this exciting journey today. If you enjoyed learning about the 1974 Eisenhower dollar and want to hear more stories about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss out on our future coin discoveries. Until next time, happy collecting and may your next coin be the treasure you've been waiting for. Coin number 3. I am bringing you an incredible story about one of the most iconic coins of the United States, the 1971 D. Eisenhower dollar. This coin is not just a piece of money, it is a piece of American history, and it carries with it uniqueness, rarity, and surprises that every collector should know about. So listen carefully, don't miss a single second, because by the end of this video you will know why this coin is so exciting and how much it can really be worth today. The Eisenhower dollar was introduced in 1971 as the first dollar coin struck by the United States Mint since the Peace Dollar series ended in 1935. It honored the great Dwight D. Eisenhower, the legendary general of World War II and later the 34th President of the United States. At the same time, the reverse side of the coin honored the Apollo 11 moon landing with a bold design of the American eagle landing on the surface of the moon. Just think about that combination: military history and space history all united in one powerful coin. Now, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is special because it was the very first year of issue from the Denver Mint. Millions were struck for circulation, but the real treasures are not found in ordinary worn examples. The true excitement lies in the rare errors and the high-grade uncirculated pieces that survive time without damage. Collectors know that the first year of issue always holds a special place, and the 1971D is no exception. When we talk about rarity, this coin delivers in more ways than one. Some 1971D Eisenhower dollars have unusual striking issues, like weak details on Eisenhower's face or on the eagle design. Others show doubled lettering where the words appear twice on the coin because of a minting error. And then there are the off-center strikes, which instantly make a coin stand out as unique. Error coins like these are always in high demand because they are rare accidents of history, and no two are exactly the same. Condition is another big factor. Most of these coins were used heavily in casinos and in everyday commerce, which means they were scratched, banged up, and lost their shine. Finding one today in mint state condition, looking as if it just came out of the mint in 1971, is very hard. That is why collectors will pay a strong premium for pristine examples. Imagine holding a flawless 1971D Eisenhower dollar in your hand, knowing it has survived more than 50 years without losing its brilliance. That is the kind of coin that can bring big money in the market. Now, here is a tip for all coin lovers. Always look closely at the mint mark under the date. The D mint mark stands for Denver, and some examples show interesting varieties in the way the mint mark was punched. These small details can make the difference between a common coin and a rare collectible. Also, never overlook the edges of your coin. Sometimes planchet errors or edge lettering mistakes can turn an ordinary dollar into something extremely valuable. Keep a magnifying glass handy, because the smallest detail can mean thousands of dollars in value. Collectors should also remember that these coins were big and heavy, made of copper nickel clad, but special silver clad versions were struck at San Francisco for collectors. Although the Denver issue is copper nickel, error versions and high grades are what make it so exciting. Auctions across the country have seen incredible sales when a rare 1971D Eisenhower dollar appears. For example, a perfectly preserved example or one with a dramatic minting error has sold for several thousand in big cities like New York and Chicago, showing just how strong the demand for this coin is. And now, my friends, the moment you have been waiting for, the value reveal. While an ordinary circulated 1971D Eisenhower dollar might only carry its face value, when you step into the world of mint state, high grade, or error varieties, the price skyrockets. In the open market and at auction houses, some of these coins have been sold for as much as $9,000. Yes, $9,000 for a single Eisenhower dollar from Denver minted in 1971. That is the true power of rarity, condition, and collector demand. So, my friends, never underestimate the 1971D Eisenhower dollar. It is not just another big heavy coin, it is a treasure that connects the memory of a great president with the proud achievement of America's journey to the moon. It is a coin that collectors crave, a coin that can hide great value in your collection, and a coin that reminds us that history can live in the palm of your hand. Thank you so much for joining me today and listening to this exciting story. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep discovering more rare and valuable coins from around the world, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you don't miss any of our next discoveries. Until then, happy hunting, happy collecting, and may your next coin be the rarest find of your life. Coin number 4, I have something truly exciting for you, a coin that stands tall not just in size but in history. We are going to explore the United States $1 coin from 1972 with the Denver Mint mark. This Eisenhower dollar is more than just a piece of money, it is a piece of American heritage, and I promise you, the story of this coin will keep you thrilled until the very end. So sit tight and listen carefully, because I will share its uniqueness, its rarity, the errors that make it so valuable, and finally the surprising market price that collectors are paying for it today. The Eisenhower dollar series was first introduced in 1971 and it quickly became a symbol of pride for the nation. On the front, we see the strong portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a great leader and war hero. On the back, we see an eagle landing on the moon, a bold design celebrating the Apollo 11 moon landing. This combination of history and space exploration is what makes the Eisenhower dollar stand apart from any other dollar coin ever produced in the United States. Now let's focus on the 1972D issue. Coins from the Denver Mint in 1972 are very interesting for collectors. While millions were struck, not every coin is equal. Some of these coins were produced with striking problems, while others came out with rare minting errors that today are worth big money. Collectors pay attention to every tiny detail on this coin because even the smallest difference can change its value completely. One of the most exciting things about the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is the design variety. For Philadelphia issues, there are three major types of reverses, but even the Denver coins have interesting characteristics that attract collectors. Sometimes the strike is weak, sometimes details are doubled, and sometimes planchet errors occur where the coin is struck on the wrong kind of metal. Imagine holding one of those unique errors, knowing it is one of a kind. That is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. Condition is another huge factor. Most of the 1972 Eisenhower dollars were used heavily in circulation. They were big, heavy coins and people often used them in casinos, vending machines, and everyday transactions. That means most examples today are scratched, worn, and damaged. But when you find one in mint state condition, shining as if it was just struck yesterday, the value increases dramatically. High-grade coins are always in strong demand, and collectors fight to get them in auctions and private sales. Here is a tip for every collector and treasure hunter watching. Always check your Eisenhower dollar with a magnifying glass. Look at the lettering, check the date, and inspect the mint mark. Doubling in the words Liberty or In God We Trust can indicate a valuable variety. Also, look carefully at the eagle on the reverse side. Sometimes the design details are slightly different, which can make your coin more desirable. And remember, never clean your coin because cleaning destroys the original surface and collectors want natural untouched coins. Auction houses and coin shows across the country have proven that the demand for the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is strong. In cities like Dallas, Chicago, and New York, rare error versions and high-grade mint state examples have sold for thousands. It is always an incredible moment when a collector discovers that a coin sitting quietly in a drawer is actually a hidden treasure worth a fortune. Now the moment you've been waiting for, the value reveal. A regular circulated 1972 Eisenhower dollar might not bring more than its face value, but when you find one in mint state condition or with a dramatic error, the price changes completely. In the open market and in major auctions, some of these coins have sold for as high as $9,000. Yes, my friends, $9,000 for a single Eisenhower dollar from Denver minted in 1972. That is the true power of rarity and condition, so never underestimate the coin sitting in your collection. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar is living proof that a coin many people ignored years ago can today be a collector's dream. It is big, it is bold, and it carries stories of a president and a nation that reached for the moon. That is why collectors want it, that is why demand is rising, and that is why you should always check your coins carefully. Your next treasure could already be in your hands. Thank you so much for joining me today, my friends. If you enjoyed this thrilling journey into the world of rare American coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss our next discovery. Until next time, happy hunting, happy collecting, and may your next coin be the rarest find of your life.